Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and my name is Angelyca Violet if you have not been here before. Today I wanted to talk about the worst celebrity tattoos. And I'm trying to talk about a lot of celebrities that are still like in and like popular, because there are like people that are like older but like not as cool as like, or like hip as in right now, but I'm trying to go with like the current cool celebs and like their worst tattoos. Also, disclaimer, like I'm not a tattoo artist. I'm 23 years old and I love American traditional tattoos, obviously, so I just thought it would be fun to like come on here and talk about people that I think have the worst tattoos in the limelight. Also, a disclaimer, I literally can't stand how I look right now, which is why my hair is like this. My hair dye is supposed to be coming in 2 days, so praying to the fucking Lord Savior Sally's Beauty Supply that Tuesday cannot come soon enough. Thank you very much. And if you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe so you can see more tattoo content. So I think it's obvious that we need to talk about Ariana Grande's tattoos. I actually didn't realize how heavily tattooed she was until I started like researching for this video. She has like a fuck ton of tattoos, in my opinion, just because I feel like a lot of people in the limelight kind of have to like doll themselves out and like kind of be like a goody two shoes or like Miss Perfect or whatever, but she actually does have a lot of tattoos, which I thought was very cool. And of course with this we have to talk about her hand tattoo. First of all, I think she posted this on Instagram, but I just think this picture of her hand looks hilarious because it looks like fake. It kind of looks like the legs are hot dogs memes. I don't know. So it's supposed to be 7 rings for her song. And then she ended up leaving out a few characters because she said like the pain was too much to endure. Her hand tattoo is in Japanese. So when she took out the characters, her hand tattoo ended up saying like some sort of grill. So then everyone was roasting her because they were like, bitch, like that doesn't say 7 rings. So then I think she was just getting so fucking sick of the bullying a couple days later. I'm not sure what the time period is. She ended up going back to a tattoo artist and then getting another character underneath it and then a heart next to it. So then it ended up saying something like very similar to 7 rings. And I think this gives like an amazing example of like why people should not get tattoos in languages they're not fluent in, because especially with translations, like going from one language to another is completely insane. Like in English, people say, my name is Angelica. But then in Spanish, me llamo Angelica. And it's like, well, that's not even a direct translation of my name is. It's saying I get called Angelica. So I think that's just like an example of like how tattoos in different languages can like totally get fucked up, and then you just have a basic word on your body that you didn't even mean to. I think there's like memes where it's like Asian people getting like hot dog tattooed on them or like something, and it's like I don't know, I'll just like try and post a picture of the meme. But it's just funny because when we get tattoos in different languages we think of it to have this sort of meaning, but then if someone is actually fluent in that language and that's their first language, they're like, yeah, that's not what that says. So I just think that's a hilarious example that was broadcasted everywhere of why we should not get tattoos in other languages. And I'm pretty sure she does have other tattoos in other languages, so I guess it's like, I don't want to say it's kind of about time this happened, but like it makes sense that it finally happened. So God bless Ariana Grande's soul and the grill that she has on her hand. And then a lot of people were like, why the fuck did you get the little heart on it? I would have to agree with that, but I mean, I guess she wanted to keep it like some sort of like symmetrical, because without the heart it just looks like a upside down L or something. But God bless Ariana Grande, and hope she learns from this mistake. So the next person I wanted to talk about is Aaron Carter. To be honest, I didn't even know like he had a career going anymore. I was not like a huge Aaron Carter fan, but like I always liked him. So I didn't even know he's like been making music or anything anymore until I kept seeing, like, I go in Yahoo a lot because it's where my email is, and I kept getting like news articles about him, so I kept clicking on them, and a lot of them were regarding his face tattoo, and of course that is something that we need to discuss because it's fucking awful. So I was looking through his Instagram as well as his tattoo artist Instagram, and it looks like they tried to get some sort of inspiration from when Rihanna did a photo shoot as Medusa, and that did not translate well into his face tattoo. I just don't even really know what to say besides it looks like a horrible fucking piece of art. It looks nothing like Rihanna. I feel like the proportions are completely off. And like the thing is, like, he hasn't really like taken up a close-up picture of the photo since it's healed, so it's kind of hard to even like see what it's actually looking like now, because when you get a tattoo and when it heals is like sometimes looks completely different, especially if you're getting like gray and black work done. I think her proportions are completely off. I feel like there's not really enough mid-tones in this tattoo. I honest to God feel like within 10 or 20 years this piece is like, you're not even gonna be able to tell what it is, just because the whole tattoo is basically like really dark shading and then like breaks in the skin. So this tattoo is not going to age very well. I also feel kind of pressed about people that just like only have visible tattoos, especially with like a lot of rappers and Aaron Carter for this instance, that like they only have like face tattoos and then like lower forearms and like hand tattoos, so they like look cool. And I feel like having tattoos is sort of like a lifestyle and like something that's people like greatly invest in. And I feel like when people just have like humongous face tattoos and like hand tattoos, like they genuinely don't like tattoos. You know what I mean? Like they just are doing it because it's cool. I don't know.
Another thing I was thinking was that for like non-famous people, a lot of the time you have to like continuously keep getting tattooed to like prove or like earn that you can have these like life ruiner tattoos, aka like hand tattoos, face tattoos, or whatever. So just because like you're rich and like have money and like fame, you're like allowed to get all these crazy tattoos, because a lot of the artists, if you're just like a normal person, like they won't give you a hand tattoo or like hands or knuckle face tattoos or like out of no reason. So it just feels like those tattoos are sometimes have to be earned. So celebrities just like get them right away because they have like, I don't want to say like the privilege to, but like most people probably have to like build a relationship with a good artist to allow them to get some visible tattoos. Some people can like obviously go out and get hand tattoos and like face tattoos as their first tattoos, but a lot of the time with like very good professional artists, they will not do face or hand or finger tattoos until you have like sleeves, just so you know like what the tattoo life is like, and potentially that these tattoos could quote unquote ruin your life.
I just might be pressed, but from the pictures that I'm looking at now, he has like his neck and his chest and then his hands and his like forearms done. I don't really see, I mean, they're just like gray work tattoos, they're not like spectacular or anything, but that face tattoo is fucking horrible. And I'm so sad that he has to look in the mirror every day and see that. I'm sorry, Aaron Carter. But good luck with your music career. I haven't listened to any of your new music, but hope you're doing well. This isn't even like a huge tattoo, but I just wanted to talk about it anyway. So, like I said on Yahoo, I'm always on Yahoo, whatever. And I kept seeing pictures of Amanda Bynes with her face tattoo, and it's like a little heart. It's not even little, it's like a decent size. It's like a little size, it's a little heart right here. And this just reminds me of like classic stick and pokes of like 12-year-old girls doing in their bedroom while they're like grounded or at like a sleepover. It's not very well done. The shape of the heart doesn't look like a classic heart. It kind of looks more like it's almost gonna be like a peach, like if there was like a little leaf, like that literally be a leaf. I don't really like it. Sorry, Amanda Bynes. Like, yeah, it's like not a good shape of a heart, and then it's like on such a weird part of her face. I feel like if she were to like move it up and like over a little, that'd be cute. It's just like almost on the part of her cheek where it's gonna start curving onto like her cheekbone. It's just very lopsided and lumpy. Like I feel like whoever did this like doesn't have any professional training in tattoos. They just like bought a gun off of Amazon, was like, hey, let me just fucking stab your face for a little bit. and that's what she got. Definitely not the best face tattoo I've seen, but I hope you're doing well, Amanda Bynes. So the next one I want to talk about is Ruby Rose. I've literally never seen anyone talk about her back tattoo, and I'm just a bit fucking confused why. So I guess a couple years ago she ended up getting, I don't even know what the fuck this is. I think it's like a Pantone like color graph, and it's literally probably like 50 different fucking colors on her back. And then I think everyone was like roasting the shit out of her because then she posted and was like, don't go to Home Depot, just look at my back and you can pick out like some sort of colors that you need for your wall or whatever. And it's just like, I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like a lot of times like tattoos are done in a specific style or way so they can last longer over time and they can be beautiful and they can sustain, and like also there's like some sort of like artwork and style and culture behind it. And this is just like, I don't know, like all you did was, it's almost like a coloring book. Like what is the purpose of this tattoo? It is just very odd. I don't really have much to say about it besides it's like quite interesting. I don't really understand the inspiration behind it. I don't really, it's not like a bad tattoo, but it's also not a good tattoo. It's just a very okay tattoo. It's like a, what the fuck? And then you like forget about it. And it's like on her back too, so it's like in the middle of her back, so I don't know if like anyone has ever seen it. Why is no one talking about this? I know it's kind of like a lot of years old, but it's just a very peculiar piece. I don't know what else to say. And then I don't want to say these are bad tattoos, but I thought it would be like an honorable mention to talk about Marc Jacobs. So like I said, I was doing like research on like worst celebrity tattoos, and Marc Jacobs came up, and I was like, what the fuck? Because like when you think of him, you think of like luxury and richness and money and like beautiful and couture. And I don't know if maybe he's like trying to make a statement with this, but then he has like fucking tattoos of like SpongeBob SquarePants and like a bunch of other cartoons. And then I think he was on South Park, so then he ended up getting his South Park's character tattooed on him. I don't know, it's just a bunch of like very interesting pieces. I don't think any of them are done horribly. It's just very interesting that he would get a lot of those pieces. He basically is just like a walking billboard for like a lot of pop culture icons, which I can respect. A lot of his tattoos kind of give me like late 90s, early 2000s vibes, but I know he's like a little bit older, so I guess that would kind of make sense. But yeah, he just has very interesting tattoos, and I think that is quite contrasting for what he's actually known for. But maybe that's what he's going for. Maybe he's going for some sort of like contrasting vibes between his appearance and his career. I mean, go Marc Jacobs. Like, obviously you love comedy cartoons. Right? But yeah, I think that's really all I have to say about Marc Jacobs. And then just one little like last giggle. Zac Efron's YOLO tattoo. Wow, that's like, I remember when that came out, that was like fucking hilarious. But now I'm like, that's kind of amazing. I love Zac Efron's YOLO tattoo. So remember when YOLO came out, like I honestly like love what YOLO stands for. Like you only live once, like do the shit that you want to, express yourself, be yourself, whatever. But like the acronym YOLO is so cringe. So I respect the thought behind the YOLO tattoo, but don't know if I'd ever get a YOLO tattoo. Do you feel what I'm saying? I hope you understand what I'm saying. Do you like YOLO? I like YOLO, but like you only live once, not YOLO. Completely different things. So those are some celebrities I think have the worst tattoos. If I did not mention someone that you think has horrible tattoos, make sure to leave a comment below because I would love to talk about them again, or maybe start another video about them. It was kind of actually hard to do this video because I found out that celebrities have some either mediocre tattoos that I didn't want to make fun of, or like actually good tattoos, which I am surprised about. But they also have money to go to good artists, so that makes a little more sense. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe. You're awesome. Have a great day.